A small regional centre in Australia is building the high-quality assault rifles being used by elite Ukrainian troops. Journalist Pete Shmigel from Kyiv Post joins me now. Pete, this is amazing, this story. You sent it to me, so thank you so much for bringing it to my attention. Lithgow, is that right?
Yeah, Lithgow. So as many of your viewers may know, Lithgow's been producing small arms for the Australian Defence Forces for more than 110 years. And it turns out that as part of Australia's support for Ukraine, that small arms factory is now producing something called the Australian Combat Assault Rifle, the ACAR, and it's ending up in the hands of Ukrainian troops who are defending their country against Russia.
So currently occupied Berdansk is a region where a lot of these weapons are going, and the Ukrainian ambassador wants to build the relationship, does he, between there and Lithgow? He
does. He has said to me during an interview for the story that it would be great to see more of those people-to-people ties between places like Lithgow or even Bendigo, for example, where Australia manufactures the Bushmasters that end up in Ukraine and cities in Ukraine. 75% of Aussies actually support the government or indeed the coalition in providing weaponry to Ukraine. So it'd be in line with Australian attitudes about continuing that assistance.
When this story first broke, and I call it a story, it's not, it's real life. When Russia first illegally invaded Ukraine, it was leading every news bulletin. It was dominated discussion, water cooler, coffees, lunches, dinners, everything in this country. It goes to the back burner, and that's, understandable. People get busy. It's been going on for a long time. Remind people what is happening in Ukraine and why it matters to us.
Christina and Svetlana. Christina is 19. Svetlana was 21. In the last 48 hours, they were blown up by a $3 million Russian missile called an Iskander, which is designed to take out battleships. Whilst they were busking in the square of their hometown.
So, just say that again. What were their names and ages?
Svetlana and Christina, 19 and 21 respectively. Christina's dad is actually a serving soldier in the Ukrainian Armed Forces. He was a regular professional prior to the war, volunteered in the first days. And one of the reasons they were busking is to raise money for his unit for things like socks and helmets and Kevlar vests. The war is very much an active thing. It costs Ukrainian civilian lives daily. It's 20,000 estimated by the UN so far that have died. Amongst those are 500 children. This is a level of savagery that Europe has not seen since World War II. And it is very real, and it's easy to forget. But in some respects, we do an indignity to those who are perishing in the name of democracy when we don't remember them.
Yeah, really beautifully said. And I just remember the open coffin and the twins who were killed, I think, last month at the pizza restaurant in their white, which is, I think, a tradition, isn't it, in Ukraine, if women are killed as teenagers or young.
It's called Vyshyvanka. It's an embroidery, and all of those patterns actually symbolize different things. So amongst the things that those patterns symbolize is fertility and rebirth and the spring. And those young women, in that case, those two twins, never got a chance to experience kind of the spring of their lives. This is a tragedy, but it's also really important strategically. Your last guest talked about Taiwan. If we don't stand up to bullies, things like Taiwan become more scary for our own region.
No, really well said. Thank you so much, Pete. Really appreciate it. You're doing some great work in shedding a light on this issue in this country as well.
Pleasure.
So well done to you.
No worries
Thank you so much.